Every WWE pay-per-view from 2025 ranked worst to best. Number 14, coming in at last place is Wrestlepalooza, and this show fundamentally got one crucial element wrong, and that is primacy recency effect. In simple words, if you have a strong opening and a strong ending, you can get away with pretty much anything in between. Wrestlepalooza fumbled here. Lesnar vs Cena was a total waste of John Cena's few remaining dates. Rhodes vs McIntyre was on a level of house show, middle of the card, not pay-per-view main event. Valkyria vs Io and the mixed tag match did their best to redeem the show, but as I said, if you fail start and finish, you fail overall. Number 13 in my ranking is Backlash, and it strikes me as such a inconsequential and forgettable show. Main event Cena vs Orton was held back by Cena's heel in-ring work just not clicking. Pat McAfee stole PLE spotlight from much more deserving stars. Lyra and Becky put on a good show, but with a weak finish. At least Jacob Fatu shined bright. Royal Rumble takes the number 12 spot, and I remember just how angry I felt watching this. I didn't mind Jay winning the men's rumble, but Charlotte winning the women's one didn't sit right with me. Shame, because the women's rumble was a lot of fun, and then Alexa came back and received a thunderous pop. Just to give the W to someone who's already won this thing once. It's especially grating since there have been only 8 women's Royal Rumbles. Let's just move on to 11th place, WrestleMania Night 2. Sunday had a lot of good stuff, a women's triple threat going for a match of the year, McIntyre scoring a rare win, Joe Hendry appearance, but it went downhill with Logan Paul and AJ Styles underperforming despite being capable of so much better. The women's tag titles getting shafted to boost the women's IC title, and Cena and Rhodes sending the crowd home with mixed feelings. I mean, what the hell was Travis Scott doing there? I can't say more than hasn't been said a million times, so Night of Champions, number 10. Heel Cena strikes again. Sami Zayn buries Karrion Kross, Jacob Fatu loses his standing as an unbeatable monster, but there is good shit in here as well. The crowd is tweaking, Orton is selling like his life is at stake, and Raquel Rodriguez breaking free from her bodyguard role to put up a good fight with Rhea Ripley. And Jade Cargill vs Asuka is also one of the matches of all time, I guess. Survivor Series War Games comes in at 9th place. And I guess the magic of the War Games stipulation starts to wear off. The matches start to blend together. Even though it's the most recent event, I remember not much more than Io's annual trash can spot. Cena vs Dominic Mysterio broke all of our hearts. I really wish they did more with Cena as IC champ. As it is, it feels like they took a shortcut to get to the Grand Slam champion moniker. SummerSlam Night 1, number 8, was the final nail in Karrion Kross' WWE coffin. Let's just get that out of the way first, just like the horrible choice to take the women's tag titles off an actual tag team onto a makeshift team that happens to have Charlotte Flair in it. The celebrity exhibition was much more fun than it had any right to be. Jelly Roll went through wild spots and even took the L in the end. Gunther and CM Punk put on a 30-minute classic, but the true highlight of the night is Seth Rollins' Ruse of the Century. That genius bastard tricked the entire world. For this, he truly deserved to walk out World Heavyweight Champion. Let's stay on Money in the Bank. Initially, MITB ranked much higher than 7th place, but the dramatic return of R-Truth to the WWE never had any relevant payoff. Still, it was a peak shock moment. Ladder matches are never going to disappoint. Naomi grew into a great heel character with the briefcase. The Women's Intercontinental Championship felt important for the first time since its establishment. Becky and Lyra really saved the belt. I dedicated an entire video to this, check it out after this one. WrestleMania 31 Saturday makes it to the number 6 spot on my list. Jey Uso opened the show and showed the people in the stadium and most people at home a good time. The New Day still hadn't been wasted yet after the glorious heel turn on Big E. Jade Cargill absolutely clapped Naomi. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair had legitimate beef to settle in the ring, and you felt that. CM Punk fulfilled his lifelong dream of main eventing WrestleMania, and did so in a barn burner of a triple threat match with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, who almost became WWE's main character in 2025. Solid event overall. I couldn't rank Clash in Paris anywhere lower than number 5, just because of the crowd alone. Hats off to the French WWE fans, you are the loudest of them all. And they were loud for Cena, you can believe that.
With a 5-knuckle shuffle!
He and Logan Paul tore the house down. Rusev and Sheamus delivered a banger. Lynch vs Bella at least was hilarious, and the main event was booked very well, with 4 beloved superstars placed inside a ring inside an arena full of wilding fans. Hope to see more pay-per-views in France in the future. Crown Jewel was really good overall, but we all know for what exactly this show will be remembered for. John Cena vs AJ Styles will go down into history for many reasons. It was John Cena's final pay-per-view win. It was presented as the best of WWE versus the best of TNA, reinforced with the personalized ring introduction AJ Styles got.
The definition of total non-stop action.
It didn't need a single promo duel to build it up. Hype was carried by the knowledge that AJ and Cena can put on 5-star bangers. If analyzed like a traditional wrestling match, it's ridiculously stupid. Of course, for all the iconic moves from iconic wrestlers referenced. Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and probably even more that went over my head. Grabbing the bronze medal is the all-women's Evolution. This was a total home run for the company. At many points of this year, the women's division was booked significantly better than the men, and Evolution just proves this point. Becky, Lyra and Bayley elevated the IC title. Jacy Jane and Grace did a lot to get me invested in their story, even though I don't watch NXT. Trish Stratus proved that she still got it. Jade Cargill clapped Naomi a second time. Sky and Ripley cooked for over 20 minutes. It had this insane crossbody. Io either idealizes Shane McMahon or she simply has a few screws loose. And Naomi's Heist of the Century cash-in is what wraps this show up with a neat little bow. No dull moments from start to finish, truly earned its high placement. Just missing out on number 1 is Elimination Chamber. Great reveal right off the bat that sends Naomi down the road of villainy. Tiffy Trish Stratus vs Jax and LaRae is a lot of fun. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go to war on each other, and the GOAT John Cena emerges victorious out of the men's chamber match after facing off with CM Punk, ensuring he's going to headline his last WrestleMania. Did I forget anything? Oh yeah, John Cena turned heel. It's hard not to understate just how impactful that moment was. I haven't seen anything like that since the Undertaker's streak ended at WrestleMania 30. Did it lead to greatness? Not exactly, but if you ignore everything that happened after, this was the most shocking, most debate-causing moment in ages, and it will be for a long time. CageMatch.net users deem Elimination Chamber the best of 2025, but what is my favorite? To this I can only answer with SummerSlam Night 2. The show opens up with Naomi vs Sky vs Ripley, because they know from Mania that triple threats involving Io and Rhea slap. Back at the time, SmackDown's tag division was easily the best in the world, and they put on a TLC masterpiece. Crazy spots every few seconds, run-ins, disgusting bumps, and the Wyatts looking like the final boss of the tag team division. Becky and Lyra tweaked in a creative no DQ match. Sikoa and Fatu put the US title in the line inside a steel cage. Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles paid tribute to the late great Eddie Guerrero. And John Cena, fresh off his return to the good side, made the stadium go along with his 5-knuckle shuffle, so loud it could be heard outside of the building. Cena and Cody redeemed their WrestleMania dud in a 38-minute street fight. At the end, even the ring was partly destroyed. All of this makes SummerSlam Night 2 my favorite pay-per-view of 2025. But what is yours? Let me know in the comments. You've been watching WWE.
The best things in wrestling.